After reading this part, I officially have trust issues with this series, man. Like, come on, Robert Jordan, man. You can't be doing this to me, man. I'm having serious trust issues right now, and I feel like it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. Ay, man. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, before we actually start, I may have read an extra chapter. We were meant to read up to chapter 21 in this part, but I have read up to chapter 22, so just bear in mind this part will cover up to chapter 22, so yeah, just keep that in mind and let's get started straight away. Okay, in the last part, Nynaeve and Elaine, they got like trapped by like that random lady that works for like the Aes Sedai or whatever, and now in this part we actually find out that Elida has been giving out the orders to find Elaine in specific. She wants something with Elaine, because I recall in one of Elida's visions, right, Elida knows that Caemlyn, or whoever's like the monarch of Caemlyn, is going to be super crucial in beating like or winning the last battle or something like that. So I don't think she has like bad intentions in finding Elaine, but still Elaine is like a target right now for the White Tower. Okay, so as of yet, Elaine and Nynaeve are both drugged. They cannot move. Like, this drug is way too strong. So Tom and Julian, they were just not going to stick around and let these two girls wander off now, weren't they? So they ended up saving both of these girls, and now they have decided to go as disguised now. So they are disguised as like some ladies, a high lady, and like with the servants with Tom and Julian. And the funny thing is, Elaine is like the main lady, while Nynaeve is like her maid or something. So, and we'll talk about this later, because Nynaeve absolutely does not appreciate this, and I feel like this part, like these few chapters, right, Nynaeve copped a lot. Like, we'll get to in a bit. So anyway, coming now to what's called Swan's storyline. So we know that Moghedien is currently like the boss in this group, but then Swan has like her own plans. Like, she's like, Moghedien doesn't even know what he's got himself into, because I have a plan for him, and he is like literally, he's doing what I'm expecting him to do. So yo, Swan is still like very shifty, man. She still is acting like, or she still is thinking like an Aes Sedai right now. I don't know what her plans are for Moghedien, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. And we also get to find out that Swan has like a network of blue AJAHs, so it's only between blue AJAHs, right? And she met up with this like innkeeper or something, and this innkeeper gave her a name called Sally Dara. Swan knows what this name means, because it's not a name. Apparently it's like some location or some sort of key thing that only Swan knows. And I don't think that we know what it is at the moment, so I guess we'll just have to wait and find out later onwards. Now, moving on to Gareth Brin's point of view, this guy is still after Swan and the girls, man. And as they are trying to track them down, he gets further information that they are, I think, going towards Gyalden, and Gareth Brin decides that he will go after them. We also get to find out in this chapter, right, how Gareth Brin used to have a thing with Morgase and Swan. Like, where did that come from? And I have no idea what is happening there, but I guess we'll wait and find out what, I don't know, man. We also get to find out that Gareth Brin did get exiled from, Caemlyn. I don't know if this happened before. It probably did, but I'm just a Davey because I can't actually focus. But he is exiled. Obviously, this has to do with Gabriel's doing, because this Gabriel guy is just way too dangerous, aka Ravin. Oh my days, this guy's dangerous, bro. Super dangerous. And yeah, like, it ain't good, man. It ain't good for like Caemlyn in general. With someone like Ravin. Oh no, this guy's next level dangerous, but this guy's proper bad. Okay, now coming back to Nynaeve's storyline. Remember back when Nynaeve just hates being like that the second in power kind of position. Like, we have seen this with Moraine and Nynaeve in like the first 3 books, man. She just hates when people is like higher than her. She just hates it. And here, she's having the absolute worst time in her life. Elaine is literally her high lady, and Nynaeve is literally her servant. Everywhere they go, Nynaeve has to act as if she freaking worships Elaine, and Nynaeve does not appreciate that. She absolutely is fuming. She is fuming, and yo, this is hilarious to read, bro. This is so freaking funny, bro. Elaine I don't think she's having the time of her life. I don't think Elaine is trying to take advantage of the situation. Like, even Elaine told Nynaeve multiple times that she's acting immature, but that's just how Nynaeve is, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Anyway, I think we come across a character that may seem some sort of important role in the future. His name is Luca. He owns like this circus thing. I don't know what it is. He like carries like this circus around, and with him, he has like these beasts that were with the Seanchan people, and we also get to find out that later on was that there is a Seanchan amongst his people, and that then she eventually submits to Elaine, which is interesting to see. So I guess through her we can learn more about some Seanchan information later. Anyway, so our group, right, they can't afford to stay along with Luca, so they needed to go ASAP. So Elaine was like, Nynaeve, just give him some money to help him out, right? Yo, Nynaeve, she gave this guy a silver penny, which is like worth absolutely nothing. Like, Nynaeve is ruthless. She doesn't give two damns about anything, bro. She is proper ruthless, man. Oh my god, and we get to find out later onwards how it affected Luca. We'll come back to that moment in a bit, yeah. Bro, Nynaeve is crazy, bro. Nynaeve's crazy. Okay, so once they actually got to the inn, right, Nynaeve actually went to Tel'aran'rhiod to meet up with, what's her name again, Birgit, right? So Birgit apparently has been doing a lot of investigations on like the Forsakens and stuff, and she's not meant to do it, but she's still helping out Nynaeve, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure why she is doing that. There's also been talks of Moghedien, and Nynaeve is very curious about Moghedien because, you know, Moghedien probably wants to kill Nynaeve badly, so yeah, she's kind of worried about Moghedien in specific. We also kind of find out Gadel, the guy who is linked with Birgit, he apparently has been reborn back into real life, into another person's body. So apparently a baby boy, because Gadel's a guy, right, has been born. Can a boy be reborn into a girl's body? I'm not sure about that, so I guess we'll have to find out on that, but I'm assuming a baby had been born and Gadel had been reborn into that baby. We also know that Birgit, whenever she is born, she's gonna be born a few years or maybe a few months after Gadel. They'll eventually be linked up together, whichever life they live in, whichever age they're born in. So that's very interesting to see, to know. So that this is actually very, very good information for my brain, because now I'm thinking, okay, we know that Lews Therin had been born into Rand's body, and then I could just say someone else could be born into Matt's body, and could maybe someone perhaps be born into Perrin's body, Egwene's body, Nynaeve's body. There's endless situations where you can't really keep, I don't know, because maybe there's a lot of characters named that I may have slightly missed out, because you know Robert Jordan is, right? He just mentions one little word and yeah, we're gonna see that word again like 10 books later, so it's hard to say. But I guess this is exactly what happened to Rand, and I wonder who Gadel went into, like whose body did Gadel get into. So this kind of sets out a big time skip, I'm predicting, in the future, where Gadel will grow up and he will be kind of relevant again. I'm not quite sure, but very, very interesting to see. So I like that information. That was some very good information. Okay, when you die in Tel'aran'rhiod, even the heroes of the Horn, they're just permanently dead, and you cannot be reborn into another person's body ever again. Like, the wheel apparently just stops. Like, it's very risky of what Birgit is doing right now. Okay, so once she is gone, right, Nynaeve is just trying on some dresses so that, you know, maybe Lan in the future or whenever they meet can be impressed by her. Like, you know, Nynaeve is feeling herself, you know, Nynaeve's like, okay, I'm in Tel'aran'rhiod, I can just, you know, dress myself as however I want to, and maybe Lan might be like, I see you. Anyway, so once she's like having her fantasies, right, about like Lan going crazy about her, Egwene jumps in, and Egwene's like, what the hell are you doing? And the Nynaeve is completely embarrassed, because Nynaeve just ain't that kind of girl. Like, she normally isn't, but now she's like having them, you know, having them fantasies, you know. We can't blame her. So anyway, so Elaine came with Melaine, and they just talk about a lot of stuff about what Rand is planning in general, right? They also tell Nynaeve how Moraine is like listening to Rand and obeying Rand, which kind of surprised Nynaeve, and she low-key is happy about it because she does not like Moraine. So that was kind of funny. And then Nynaeve gets warned multiple times by Melaine not to go into Tel'aran'rhiod by herself, and not to explore this world of dreams by herself, because it can be very dangerous. And Nynaeve, being Nynaeve, she's like, nah, I'm good enough, I can do whatever I want, I got here by myself. I've learned most of these things by myself, so I can probably do this again. And yeah, when Egwene and Melaine left, that's exactly what Nynaeve did. Nynaeve literally went into the White Tower because she imagined herself going into the White Tower. Funny enough, she actually imagined herself in the Armland's chamber, but she couldn't go there because apparently the whole setting had been changed. You can't go somewhere where that place is like not in your memory. So if you redecorate a room, you cannot go into the room anymore. So that's exactly what happened to what's it called, Nynaeve. When Nynaeve went to the Armland's chamber, Egwene comes, and yo, Egwene was not playing around. Egwene told Nynaeve that this is dangerous, you should not have been doing this, like yo. And the thing is, Egwene was so freaking calm, which was very unlike Egwene. Like Egwene, we know how hot-headed Egwene can be sometimes. Okay, not as hot-headed as Nynaeve, but she can be like, she's not calm, number one. She can never be calm. But here, she's finally showing herself that she is becoming a proper Aes Sedai. Like every single time Egwene kind of develops, she's developing into Aes Sedai qualities. Like that's the best way I could conclude this. Like Egwene, yo, she was not playing around, and she summoned like 2 massive scary guys, and yo, these guys were abusing Nynaeve. I was like, how dare you, Egwene, do that to my girl? Like, how dare you? But I guess Nynaeve kind of needed that. You know, she needed that. I'm a big Nynaeve fan, and I'll admit that Nynaeve kind of needed that because, yo, Nynaeve was going mad, bro. She just thought she could do whatever she wants. But yeah, Egwene gave Nynaeve a reality check right on the spot, and I'm not gonna lie, Egwene is starting to impress me a little bit. Like, yo, I don't think I hate her as much as I did before, but she's definitely getting more and more impressive. I'll give her that. I'll definitely give her that. And another thing is, Egwene is giving Nynaeve orders. Like, bro, what's going on, man? Nynaeve is like, she's confused. She is absolutely shocked. She's like, yo, I literally changed your diapers. I literally fed you when you were a baby, and now you're giving me orders? And Nynaeve also is trying to impress Egwene at some point. Like, what is going on? I'm telling you, Egwene is going to be the Armland seat in the future because of one of Perrin's vision, and just the way she's acting right now, I think she's slowly developing into that status of the Armland seat in the future. I think Egwene will be the Armland seat in the future. I think that is something I'm quite confident with. One more thing I want to mention as well is that they both found out that Elida is the new Armland seat, and then we also know that Elida wants Moraine to be arrested, and how she is not really planning to be on Rand's side whatever happens in the future. Another thing is that Egwene is not also meant to be in Tel'aran'rhiod. She is sneaking into her way into Tel'aran'rhiod, and yeah, she is also very proud of herself at how calm she was and at how composed she was. I think she's taking all of these qualities from Moraine because she had analyzed Moraine's behavior, and she's like, okay, if I could replicate that behavior, then I could also, like, you know, take control of certain situations, which is exactly what she had done with Nynaeve. So, like, I'm telling you, man, Egwene is going to be... She's promising, man. She's promising. I'll give her that. She is promising. So Egwene obviously went back to Moraine, right? And, you know, she told Moraine everything that she had learned from Tel'aran'rhiod. How Swan had been stealed, how Elida is a new Armland seat. Just a lot of stuff. And she also asked Moraine that why is she Rand's puppet? And this part gives me interesting vibes from Moraine. She's like, when I first surrendered to Saidar, I became OP. I became overpowered. So if I surrender myself to Rand... yeah, I don't want to think about that. Moraine's planning something. She knows what she's doing. She's just not Rand's puppet for no reason. She knows what she's doing. I don't know if you guys remember of when I had a prediction of Gawain becoming a White Cloak. Bro, freaking Galad is a White Cloak now. Galad. Do you know how annoyed I am? I was, oh my days. Galad being a White Cloak, I guess that doesn't make sense. I guess it kind of does, but it doesn't. Galad a White Cloak? That is so shocking. Like, bro. And then Galad met up with Elaine and Nynaeve, and then Galad was like, okay, you guys should go back, because now that Swan's dead, you guys should not be a part of her plans anymore. So I'm gonna take you back to Caemlyn, where you belong, Elaine. And then, bro, like, Galad being a White Cloak is still messing with my mind, man. Like, yo, it's mad. And then one thing is, Elaine hates Galad. We know that for a fact that she hates Galad. She quoted that Galad would do whatever is right. Whatever he thinks is right, he would do it. Yes, Galad always does things that is right, and Elaine fears that he thinks, since he is a White Cloak, that and White Cloaks don't like Aes Sedai, and they are in Amadisia, which is like the worst place an Aes Sedai can be. Elaine thinks that Galad will turn them over to what's it called, the White Cloaks. Elaine does think that, but I'm gonna have to disagree with Elaine on this, because Galad had set Swan, Min and Liane free. He let them go even though that was not the right thing to do. So Galad, I don't think he's a bad guy. He definitely isn't a bad guy. I think he's fine. I think Elaine, I get where Elaine's coming from, but I don't think Galad would go to that extent in giving them in. I don't think he would do that, but obviously Elaine is very paranoid right now and she wants to leave as soon as possible. And they have come in conclusion that they would travel with that guy Luca who owned that circus, so they could stay very low key away from the White Cloak's presence. And when they go back to Luca, right, Luca was not happy at all because Nynaeve humiliated him last time, gave him a silver mark, and she's like, I'm out. And yeah, Luca is not happy at all. But then he obviously brings him in because they offered him a lot of money, and then they decided to be his performers. And Elaine is actually a pretty good performer, I'm not gonna lie. And this is actually where they actually met the Seanchan girl who submitted herself to Elaine. And yeah, I'm sure we will learn a lot about her and the Seanchan from her in specific. So excited to see where their party goes from here. It's actually interesting that Galad is still a White Cloak, bro. It's mad. If that's not mad, the next chapter is even more mad with Liandrin. Holy moly. Now, remember in the last book where Liandrin used to be the master, used to be the controller. She used to make other people her dog. This chapter, bro, when apparently she was called into a meeting of other Black Archers, Moghedien was in there. Moghedien. And I was like, bro, Moghedien? Because I remember that the Forsaken with Dark Friends are like completely different. Because I remember Liandrin said that we can't completely trust the Forsaken. Yeah, another Forsaken is here now. So Liandrin initially was like, okay, you can lead us, we will serve you. But then she tried to counter her, and when she tried, she got shielded straight away. And Moghedien showed her the power that a Forsaken can have. She showed her the tremor. She showed her how much scary she is. Even though she's one of the weakest Forsaken, she just showed her how much levels above she is compared to Liandrin. And Liandrin was like, yeah, nah, I will serve you, I will be your dog. Like, yeah, I'm not the lady anymore, I'm your dog, you are the lady, you are the boss, I ain't that anymore. Moghedien, bro, that was so freaking impressive from her, I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect that from Moghedien out of everyone. Like, yo, I thought Moghedien was just like a weak Forsaken that just runs around. But nah, bro. She met Liandrin, who's like one of the strongest Black Archers. Bro, this is so sick, man. This is so sick. And yeah, Moghedien still has her eyes on Nynaeve right now. She sent Liandrin and a couple of other Black Archers to hunt Nynaeve down and to bring her back alive. She wants all the smoke to herself. So this hunt is going to be very interesting. Now, I think that Nynaeve is stronger than Liandrin, but then there's more Black Archers with her, so it's going to be quite challenging. It's not going to be an easy task for the Black Archers and for Nynaeve, so very interested to see. You know, Nynaeve and Elaine's storyline became so much more better in this book, I feel like. So very excited to see their storyline going forward now that Liandrin is also after them. So interesting. Now, the next part is when we first get our first ever Morgase point of view. So Morgase, she's still dressing like, she's not dressing like a queen, number one. She's not acting like a queen because that's just how Ravine likes her to be. And then she just doesn't know why she's behaving like that, blah, blah, blah. She's very confused because we know that she's under compulsion at the moment. And yeah, remember this guy called Tel'aran'rhiod? I think he's the one who let Rand free when he first went to the castle in the Eye of the World. So this guy's back and he told Morgase how there has been a rebellion in the Two Rivers, how like the Red Eagle flag had been raised again. And apparently Morgase asked Tel'aran'rhiod that, okay, did you do something about it, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, Well, Gabriel had already dealt with it, and apparently he's done nothing. And then Morgase went to confront Gabriel, and Gabriel, this guy is chilling with all the lords and ladies who used to oppose Morgase when she became a queen. Like, this Ravine guy, I'm telling you, is so good as a villain. Like, this guy is so freaking sick, he's so freaking nasty, he's so freaking deadly. Nah, this guy's top tier, man. This guy is top tier villain, man. This guy is freaking ruthless. And then he compelled Morgase to leave. Like, he's like, okay, nice to see you, you can go now, bye. And then, bro, like, to be able to do that to a freaking queen, it's mad. And yeah, after that, Morgase met up with, like, I think a sister maid called Lini, who she knew for a long time. And then her, Lini, and Tel'aran'rhiod came up with an idea to leave Caemlyn and to make plans outside of Caemlyn. So Gabriel does not have any control over her. So they leave with, I remember this guy called Basil Gill. I think he's like the innkeeper of that Caemlyn, inn. He's also going with them. So there's some people who's loyal to Morgase, but I feel like everyone else, is loyal to Gabriel. So Gabriel's been doing a lot of stuff that is now towards his advantage. Okay, this part literally gave me trust issues, man, because Pain and Fane, he's after the dagger because he could feel the pull from the dagger still. So he's still after the dagger, and when he found the dagger and an Accepted came into the room, he literally killed her on the spot. One slash on the cheek and boom. I don't know if she's killed, but something's wrong with her. So that's that. Then guess who came in? Elviaren. And I was like, okay, Elviaren is here to save the day, because honestly in the last part I thought she was like so super cool, how she is just like acting as if she is on Elida's level. Yeah, man, she's a Black AJAH. She's a Black AJAH, and not for one split second did I suspect her to be a Black AJAH. Not for one split second. This gave me trust issues, man. Like, now I don't know who is a Black AJAH. We know now, this actually confirms that Elida is not a Black AJAH, because if Elida was a Black AJAH, she would have knew, and we know that Elida does not like Elviaren, so Elida ain't a Black AJAH. But bro, and Elviaren was like, okay, you can do whatever you want, Paid and Fane, and I will cover your mess up, but just be careful. Holy moly, Elviaren, this lady is no joke. Oh my days, this part is actually pretty good, man. A lot of shocking moments have been happening, so man. Okay, now let's move on to Rand's point of view. Rand came into a city called Tayan. Okay, these people are known as tree killers. I don't know if they are over the waist yet or not. I don't think they are, so why are they called tree killers? I thought tree killers were like Kyrian people, so could someone clarify that for me? And yeah, these people are just all dead. Some group had come here and just killed everyone, left a lot of people alive. We know that the group that had done this was a Shadow clan led by Couladin, who's still proclaiming himself as the Karkan, showing everyone the dragons on his arms, still doing that. I thought Karkan was not going to be this relevant, I'm not going to lie. He's actually becoming more and more relevant in the story, which is actually quite interesting. So he's going to be a problem. He's just killing people left, right and center, putting out an example. Another thing is apparently he's broken a very big code. Like when you take Gaishan in, you can't force them in. Gaishan has to come in. Like he messed up the AJAH culture, and that's like very big for Aiel. Like no matter how evil or bad you are, you cannot mess around with AJAH, and that's exactly what Couladin is doing. So this guy is actually gonna be a very big problem. Like this guy's a menace, bro. He's a proper bad guy. And I also want to talk about how Rand is slowly starting to trust Asmodean more. Like he's not warding him anymore. So I guess that's the thing. I'm not quite sure what that is. I want to say also one more thing. Asmodean really is becoming a more better character. I remember I used to hate on this guy a lot in the last book, but he's becoming a lot better now, so that's a good thing. And then another thing is, I think, yeah, Aviendha and Rand is going to be together in the future, because Rand is like getting worried about Aviendha. Like Aviendha killed a snake, apparently that's very dangerous, with like a weapon, and Rand got very upset because Rand was like, you should have just killed it with a weapon, you could have hurt yourself. Like, come on man, Rand, you like Aviendha. And I think Aviendha also likes you. Like, you guys will be together, man. That's quite obvious at this moment of time. Aviendha gave Rand like this very expensive decorated sword that's apparently been passed down from like the tree killers from back in the days. I think the guy who cut the tree, I think this was his sword, so that's quite interesting. It is a Heron Blade sword as well. I'm not sure how important this sword will be going in the future, but Aviendha gave the sword to Rand to cancel out the debt. I thought she already done that, but I guess there's more debt to be paid. Like, yo, just get over this, man. God damn. We also get to find out how Aiel people get married. It's just weird, man. Like, if you marry a clan chief and a wise one, if they get married, apparently like their people have to kill each other, and you have to like what's it called, fight your way through to get to one another to, you know, show that, you know, they're not. It's so weird, man. I mean, like, god damn, just to show how strong you are, apparently. I don't know, man. And now let's talk about chapter 22, the chapter I was not meant to read. We start off with Mat and Melindra having a very spicy massage session, bro. Like, yo, these two are getting into it, man. Like, god damn, bro. So Melindra's giving him a nice massage, bro. And then Mat, I feel like he's just not feeling it. Like, he's still thinking about the Daughter of the Nine Moon. He's continuously asking Melindra, do you know anything about the Daughter of the Nine Moon? And Melindra's just saying no and no and no continuously. Now, Rand had watered the camp with birds, I think. So if any dark friends pass by, the birds give a signal off. And that's exactly what happened here. And Melindra, she was not wearing anything. And when she heard the signals, put a shufa around her face, and that's it. Boom, gone. And then Mat was just like me. These people have no, what's it called, manners. They have no respect, nothing like that, man. It's crazy, bro. And now we're also seeing Mat in action with his new weapon. He's just killing Trollocs, and he even killed a Myrddraal just like that with ease, man. And one more thing, there's been a lot of dark friends, and they are just continuously screaming Samael's name. It's interesting. I don't know if that's intentional, or if it is intentional. I don't know if it's some sort of trick that Samael or some other Forsaken is playing in what's it called, to give false information to Rand or Mat. So that's interesting that Samael had, what's it called, planned this attack, even though they had already done this before. It's kind of repetitive. But then Moraine had told Rand later on was that, you know, you shouldn't take everything for granted just like that. Like, these Forsakens are strong and smart. You should never underestimate a Forsaken. So not sure what the whole intention was. Now, while this whole thing is going on, Rand also heard the birds, and he also went out and he saw Aviendha behind her, and behind her was a Drakkar. And Rand used Balefire to absolutely destroy the Drakkar. And once he had done that, Aviendha stood up and she summoned fire towards him. And she killed a Drakkar that was behind Rand, but Rand just didn't hear like the Drakkar getting attacked. So Rand straight away went to Aviendha. She's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I saved your life and now you attack me? He just went off at her, and Aviendha was like, okay, fine. Next time you do everything by yourself. Like, they're acting like a freaking married couple, bro. I'm telling you, man. And yeah, Aviendha, her feelings were hurt by a lot. And then yeah, Rand, he apologized a lot. And yeah, like I said, we don't know if this attack had been planned by Samael, man. We just cannot tell what a Forsaken is up to. And also one more thing, the maidens that serve Rand, they were really upset with themselves that they could not be there with Rand when the Drakkars came. So they just wanted Rand to punish them. And then Rand was like, these Aiels and the AJAH, man, like, so annoying. And Rand was like, you know, you guys can just go to the wise ones, they will deal with you. And that is where this part ends. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was a very, very good part. A lot of shocking revelations with Galad being the White Cloak, Alviarin being a Black AJAH, and then what's it called, Moghedien just absolutely overpowering Nynaeve, and then the whole thing with Elaine and Nynaeve. I think, yeah, I really enjoyed this part. I really enjoyed this part. The Fires of Heaven so far, very, very good. It potentially can be better than the Shadow Rising. Potentially. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And of course, if you have any comments in your mind, leave it down in the comment section below. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video now. Take care now. Bye.